creaky bed. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, it's been quite some time since I was last on here and I just thought I would share with you my massive life update. So since the last time I was on here, can't remember, last year 2023 I think it was, and obviously if you follow me and subscribe you will know that I sadly lost my darling husband last March. Yeah, obviously he was devastated. You'll have seen the video. If you haven't, I'll put the link to that video, my sad news video. I don't want to like go on about it because that's my life now. I'm on my own and I'm just trying to figure it all out still, But yeah, the backdrop's very different to my usual sewing room backdrop. I have bought myself a house. So I'll give you a little bit of detail into what happened. I'm filming all this on my iPhone because my camera and my computer, my little office area is still in boxes. I haven't even got that far yet, so I will eventually get it all opened up and put together and make a little office area, but I haven't got that far yet. So yeah, I bought myself a little house. I was doing okay last year, a few months after John had died. I was back here on the channel. I was creating my sewing patterns. I was doing okay. And then, I don't know what it was, something triggered in me and I just literally hit rock bottom in my grief, I suppose. Maybe I was numb beforehand, I don't know. And I just really struggled from about October. I knew Christmas was coming. I wasn't bothered about that. I knew John wasn't going to be there. That it wasn't the fact that Christmas was coming. I don't know what it was, but something triggered me, and I really struggled. I still struggle today, to this very day. I still wake up every morning thinking, another day without him. What am I going to do? I mean, if you've lost somebody that you love, you probably understand. It's the emptiness, loneliness. It's hard to describe. I just still feel so detached with the world, so detached. I don't feel like I belong anywhere. I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to do. I don't know who I am without John. It's really hard, and it hasn't got, in fact I think it's got harder. It's certainly not getting any better. So I was struggling anyway, and I spent the whole of January and February this year sat on the sofa with Geordie, my cat, every day. The whole of the 2 months. I couldn't do anything, I didn't want to do anything, I didn't want to go anywhere, and the loss, the emptiness, the heartache, the grief, the pain, it was suffocating. It still is, but it was suffocating. And obviously we were in a bungalow then because we got the bungalow for John's needs. We would never have been there if John didn't have health issues. We would still have been in our Victorian house. But we moved because John needed somewhere safe, a safe environment, a home that didn't have, stairs and steps and, all those things for him to fall. So we moved there and we lived there for 10 years, but we rented it. After John went, I was still there, and I thought, well, it's my home, but I just didn't feel like I belonged there anymore. I just felt as if I was a lodger, which I was really, and I don't know, I didn't feel like that's where I was meant to be. So my son was going through a breakup and he was looking for a property of his own, and he said, Mum, I'm going to go and view this. Okay, try that again. And my phone decided to turn off. Yeah, so yeah, my son was going through a breakup and he was looking for a property to obviously live in for himself. And he said he had a viewing for a Victorian terrace, and I was like, oh, Victorian terrace? And like, cause that's the kind of house me and John lived in before we moved to the bungalow, and the Victorian house is my dream house. I love a Victorian period style property. I love everything about it, love it. And I was so envious of him, and anyway, he went to look at it and it wasn't for him. And I said, would you mind if I go and view it? Even though I had no intention of buying a house. because we rented in the bungalow, and he said, yeah, go for it, Mum, go for it. So I went, and my mum came with me, and as soon as I came through the front door, it had my name on it. I just went, oh, this is my house, I have to have this house. It was welcoming, it just made me feel like this is where I belonged. I felt as if John was saying, yeah, this is the house, you've got to come and live here, kind of thing. And it was built in 1904. It's in a row of obviously terraces, and I'm second from the end, and there's only 5 of us in a terrace, and it's in opposite the road's another 4 in a terrace. It's a lovely little road. It's lovely, and it's 2 minutes away from the village and the duck pond and all the amenities. And because I had to sell my car to buy this house, to put part of the deposit down for the house, obviously I'm everywhere going on foot. And yeah, so I just had to have this house. So I put an offer in. I wasn't even seriously thinking straight. I didn't even know that I'd get a mortgage, and because the estate agent said, have you got a mortgage in principle? I'm going, yeah. I hadn't even got that far, but I just said yeah, and they believed me. And then I panicked. I thought, what on earth are you doing? It's going to take all my money. Will I get a deposit? I'm going to have to sell the car. Did all the calculations. I'm going to have to sell the car. I panicked, so I pulled out. And my mum said, what did you pull out for? I went, oh, because it's going to take all my money. It's massive. It's a big step. I'm moving away from you and Dad. I'm going to have to sell my car. The house is a massive renovation project. There's no central heating. It needs rewiring. It needs plumbing. It was like, because the house hadn't been touched, I would say, since the 1960s, 1970s. But all the original features were still in place. And I will show you, I'll do you a house tour in the next video, but I just wanted to come on here and tell you like where I've been and why I'm here, kind of thing. And my mum said, oh, you've got to get that house. I said, yeah. She said, well, just calm down. Go and speak to a mortgage advisor and see where it takes you first. So I got in touch with the mortgage advisor, and she was lovely, and she said, yeah, you can get a mortgage. I didn't think I'd get a mortgage at 58. Obviously, I'm doing all this the wrong way around. You're supposed to get a mortgage and then put an offer in. And she said, yeah, you can get a mortgage at 58, but it depends how much mortgage the mortgage companies will offer you. You may have to put a big deposit down. So she came back to me, she said, yeah, we can give you a mortgage, no problem, over 13 years, it's not too long, and it's a really good repayment. Monthly repayment is exact same to the penny almost as what I was paying in rent. No brainer. So therefore, all that money in rent, which was literally, I had nothing at the end of it, whereas mortgage, and it's mine, somewhere to call my own. I think that's what I needed somewhere to call my own. I felt like isolated, detached, I can't explain, and I just wanted somewhere that I could feel settled and safe and secure, and somewhere that was mine, and I could do what I wanted to the property and what have you. So yeah, but I needed a massive deposit, so I had to sell my gorgeous car. I only just bought it a few months ago. I had to sell my car and literally use all my savings, nearly all my savings. So I put the offer in again. They must have thought she's back again. And I said, I'm really sorry, but can I put the offer in again? The house is still on the market. Yes, you can. Yes, the buyers will. The sellers. I always get that wrong way around. The sellers said yes, they'll accept my offer. Great. Goes and takes my car back to the garage. They said they would buy the car back from me. And I came home, no car. I panicked. I want my car back. Around the car garage. Can I have my car back? Yes. I went back the next day, got my car back, pulled out of the offer again. My son just like, Mum, what are you doing? What's wrong? I said, I don't know. I just feel as if I can't do it. It's a massive deal for me. It's just massive, and I'm doing it on my own, and it was like overwhelming and scary, and my heart's racing now. I'm just thinking about it back then. And he said, listen, you've got all this money in the bank, Mum. What are you going to do with all this money? You're not going to spend it. You might go on holiday here and there, but what are you going to do with it? You're just going to sit there. And his dad used to always say, money's for spending. And he said, Dad would be saying, get that house, Mum. So go back, take your car back. Ask the garage if they'll take your car back, because I needed the money from the car as part of the deposit. It was a massive deposit. got a really good small mortgage, but massive deposit. So I rang the garage up and said, will you take my car back? I said, totally understand, yes, I'll take the car back. So he went with me, we took the car back, and then he brought me home and he said, you're not doing that again, the car's gone, forget the car. Right, okay, right, put your offer back in. So I said, I can't put another offer back in because they're going to think I'm crazy because I pulled out twice now. So I thought, right, I'm going to go into the estate agents and I'm going to explain to them, you know, what's going on. So I went into the estate agents and they were a bit cool to start with because obviously they must have thought, oh, she doesn't know what she wants. She does, she doesn't, she's in, she's out. And I just said, look, my husband died. It's a massive deal for me, this. Literally, it's the scariest, biggest thing I've ever done on my own. Will you please just like understand? Will you please have a word with the seller? I really want this house. Will they accept my final offer? And I promise I won't pull out the third time. So they contacted the seller, totally understood, and I said yes. Anyway, long story short, this is my house. Oh, I love it so much. It is a renovation project. It's going to take me years. But I think that's what I need. I need something to pass the days, the time. The days are so long and lonely and empty. I really struggle every single day. And I don't think that's ever going to get any easier for me. I seriously don't. I had this really amazing marriage, this amazing relationship with John, and it was very special, and it's a massive hole in my life. It really is. And I don't think that's ever going to change. But I've got to continue. And I needed something to focus and things to do. And this is my home now. I can do what I want with it. I'm smiling because I'm so happy that I've got my home, even though I'm still heartbroken. But I'm soldiering on. And I just thought I'd come on here and tell you, backdrop is slightly different. So this is my bedroom. Bedroom is massive. I will show you the whole of the house. I'll do a house tour. And I was also conscious because I've been doing reels on Instagram showing you what's been going on in the house, and I thought if I don't come on here and tell you about what I've done and like where I am kind of thing, it's going to be too much to catch up on. This is where I am, this is where I've been. That's why I've been absent for quite some time, because it was a massive deal for me getting this house. Massive deal. I've never done anything so scary or big in all my life on my own, as a person on my own. First time somebody asked when I was doing the mortgage, marital status, I had to say widowed. That was the first time. That was awful. So I've been going through all the things, and everything is, every day it's a challenge, it's a hurdle, but every day I've got this amazing house that's mine. I feel so safe and secure. I love it so much. So I'm rambling a little bit now. So that's where I've been, and this is where I am in my lovely house, Victorian house, terrace, built in 1904. It's never been touched since the late 1960s, 1970s, and thankfully it's still got all the original features. And I'll share them all with you properly. I'll do a full house tour and show you where I am so far, and I'll put in snippets of how it looked before. I've got a little bit of a dilemma really, because I have no sewing room, and I'm not likely to have any sewing room for a long time, because as I say, this house renovation project, a lot of my videos moving forward on here will be my house. So I don't know whether to change my channel name from the Dressmakers Closet to something that's going to include everything that I do, more like, you know, the life of Jane, or, you know, my life, and which will include sewing, but will also include my day-to-day living, my day-to-day renovations, you know, vlogs and things like that, which I'd like to share with you everything that I do, rather than just specifically my sewing. And I think maybe I need to change my name. So if anybody's got any ideas, I need something that like encapsulates me. So if you've got any ideas, please pop them in the comments box below, and I'll certainly have a look and see what you all think. So I haven't drank my coffee, do this every time. So I hope I haven't rambled on too long. I'm glad you've joined me today. But obviously my sewing patterns are all in my Etsy shop, and they're on my website. So I suppose that won't harm. But maybe for my YouTube channel, maybe something that encapsulates me more, maybe. My Victorian house. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'd love some ideas anyway. I'm rambling. So yes, so it's been a while, but thank you so much for waiting for me. Thank you for all your encouragement on here and on Instagram, and to all my new followers. And I shall see you on my next video, which will be a little house tour of what I've done so far, snippets of how it looked before and what I've done so far. And I hope you'll join me. I hope you still follow along with me, because it won't all be sewing anymore. I hope you still follow along with me, follow along on my journey, my new direction in life, I suppose, my new life, really. It's all very different. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now. Cold coffee.